That's my best friend. That's my best friend.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Dave Mo. This is Dave Mo Flips, and let's just get right into it, all right? After this, a brief word from our sponsor. Oh, that was a total lie. I'm not sponsored by Monster. I wish I was. Anyway, who am I? I'm Dave Mo, motherfucker. I just said it. No, let's be real. I'm Dave Mo. I sell cars. I flip cars. This is it. I'm a dealer rep. I rent someone's license from another dealership. So I pay $350 a month. Okay? How long have I been around cars? I'm going to say I've been around cars for at least 25 years. I bought my first car when I was like 14 years old. Brooklyn, New York. Drove it on the expressways, 5 speed with my brother. Drove on the expressway the whole 9 yards. Didn't even know how to drive. Learned to drive like that. Sold it 2 weeks later. I had to leave it parked down the road from my parents' house so they wouldn't know that I had the car. And ended up selling it and making, back then, $1,000 on the car. Let's just say a beast was born. Got involved with my father, my uncle. They had a detail spot when I was young, really young, like 5 years old. And, you know, they gave me the paintbrush and I was able to go inside the car and do the shit that no one likes to do. So I was doing the vents, the ashtray, the cup holders. Yeah, back then cars had ashtrays with cigarette lighters, you know. Even in the back seats and behind the seats, they had it, and that was my job to go in there and clean all that out. Well, they ended up getting rid of the detailing shop eventually, and my father ended up continuing to detail cars, and my pops is a Marine, so his motto was, if he's doing something, his son will be out there doing something. And another one of his things was, don't ask him if he needs help, just do it. Because if I ask him, he will find the worst thing for me to do. Life lessons, man. A lot of these kids these days, on a side note, a lot of these kids these days, they don't even know how to act because parents don't know how to raise them. Make them do shit. Part of being a good parent is being a parent that your kids don't like all the time. Fucking do it. You think I liked it when my father made me go out there and rake the leaves? No, but you know what? It made me the man I am today, and I thank him every day for it. Back to the story. So I would always help him out, do whatever I could do, trying to get the cars done. It was side money for him. It was a good time for me to be with him, learn some shit that I did not know I would use later. Ended up getting a dealer's license through somebody years ago and used it, worked, became a dealer rep. Got my own dealership a few years ago. I had a dealership, and unfortunately, the person I had with me doing the dealership was actually robbing from me. So that was an issue in of itself. Ended up getting rid of the dealership, going to find another dealer rep where I am today. And that's it, man. You know, that's me. That's my resume. You know, I really consider myself not a car dealer, but a car flipper. I consider myself more of a street guy than I do a corporate guy. I'll keep it real with you 100%, because another one of the greatest things that my father taught me in life, and I swear to God, this is probably the best thing he's ever said to me: why lie? People that lie are afraid of the person they're lying to because they're scared of what the truth is going to do. And no one puts fear in my heart. There's no tough guy talk. As a man, no one should put fear in your heart. And you always carry your shoulders back, chin held high. You look a man in his eye and you tell him the truth, even if it's not what they want to hear. Hopefully they'll appreciate it. I know I do. I don't want you to tell me what I want to hear. I want you to tell me the truth. That's a little bit about the man I am. So with that being said, what gives me the right to sit here and have a YouTube channel? I didn't even know you had, I got a phone camera. I don't know. If you don't like what you're seeing, get the fuck on. I don't know what to tell you. That's, again, there's 100,000 friggin' car YouTube channels. Go watch a different one. I don't know what to say to you. And I'm not being rude or anything like that, but that's the truth of the matter. You're sitting at home or on your phone finding content to watch, and this is what you found. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you subscribe. I appreciate it more than anything you'll ever know. But I'm not going to sit here and beg for it or tell you that I'm the best one to watch, because really and truthfully, I've watched a lot of YouTube channels about cars. specifically the ones that talk about car dealers. And I can tell you this right now, I watch them talk and I watch the things that they're doing, and I could punch holes in every single one of their stories and tell you they're full of shit. Another thing you got to understand, I'm in Tampa, Florida, guys. If you're in Virginia, California, Texas, if you're not in Florida, some of the things that I'm saying aren't going to hold true to where you are. So a piece of advice from me to you, if you want to be a car dealer, watch everything you want to watch, but take everything with a grain of salt. Most of these guys on YouTube, they're sitting here trying to make themselves look and appear bigger than they are. Talking about, I consult, I sell cars and make $10,000 every single car. I never lie. You know, it's so funny. I was watching YouTube the other day talk about how bad Blue Devil head gasket fixes. You know, the snake oil. And, you know, some of them work, some of them don't. I think it depends how bad of the head gasket issue it is, but that's besides the point. And I can go back 2 years ago when I actually watched a video of his where he's pouring Blue Devil in the head gasket to fix it, and then he shows himself selling it to a customer. He never disclosed it. Listen, if you're going to do that, that's fine, but you should disclose it. Like, as a human being, why would you fuck someone over like that? Now, do I care about screwing over other dealers? Hell no. Hell no. To me, it's part of the game. You want to buy and sell cars? You want to you come to the auction? You want to deal with dealers? You're swimming with sharks, man. Listen, you're going to learn one way or another. And it's a dog-eat-dog world, because the way that the other dealer fucked me on that car is exactly how I'm going to fuck you. I'm not taking an L. Like, I'm going to put that thing right through the auction. What I won't do, and you should never do, is fuck over the working man. Don't ever mess up a citizen, like the working man. You know, like, they work hard for their money. They're buying a car because they want to get to work. They want to put food on the table. They want to take care of their family. They deserve a good working vehicle. If you got burnt at the auction and you don't want to repair it, then run it back through the auction and let a dealer buy it and take the L. But don't give it to someone who's not in this game to make money. That's just wrong. Where's your morals? You know what I mean? Like don't do that. So understand where I'm coming from when I say I don't care about dealers, but I do care about the working man. All right. I've done buy here, pay here. I've done traditional financing. I like buy here, pay here a lot more than traditional financing. You'll get into it as you continue to watch videos from me and other people. As long as you can afford the buy here, pay here, I think it's the best thing. It's a little bit more of a headache, absolutely. Are you dealing with a different type of individual? Yes, 100%. Not saying that they're bad or good, they're different. But you know, you're keeping all of the interest in-house. You're making all the extra money. You got a larger markup on your vehicle. So you're going to make more money with the buy here, pay here. You know, the only thing I can tell you with that is be ready for the stories, be ready for the repos, and be ready for the money. The money is good too. So you can't say all that without saying it's good money. A piece of advice when it comes to buy here, pay here, before you sign your first contract, make a promise to yourself. No matter what the story, no matter who's on the other end, no matter how beautiful or handsome that person is, treat everybody the same. If you give a 10-day grace period, on the 11th day, you whack them with that fucking the late fee charge. If your motto is to repo a car after it's 20 days late, you put that car up for repossession. When you start buying people's stories, and believe me, most of them are stories. It's unfortunate. Sometimes people's grandmothers do die. But my favorite saying was, don't make your problems my problems. Your problems are your problems. As an adult, you need to handle them. My problems are my problems. As an adult, I have to handle them. So I used to tell people right from the beginning, I have no intention of starting a charity here. Now, it might sound cruel and it might sound like I'm heartless, but here's the truth. Most people don't give a fuck. The difference is I tell you from the beginning. I don't want to hear the story. I don't want to hear anything. Here's what I want to hear. Do you have my money? Yes or no? If it's yes, pay me. If it's no, We already went over what happens with the no's before you sign the contract with me. Again, guys, I get it. You guys are probably saying, what a dick. I'm not a dick. And you're not going to be either when it comes time to collect your money. All right? Why? So you can't go to Walmart and get food on the arm. You can't keep not paying for your mortgage. You got to pay your rent. Try not to pay the water bill for fucking 3 months. Do anything. Everyone else gets their money. Why shouldn't I? More importantly, on the grand scheme of how people get their money, I would think second to having a roof over your head would be making sure you have reliable transportation and pay for it. Because without that reliable transportation, you can't even make it to work to afford to keep the roof over your head. So I should be number 2 in the grand scheme of getting money. Not smoking cigarettes, not drinking Starbucks. All that shit is second to the priorities in your life. If I gotta teach you that, someone fucked up. All right, financing with the banks. Have I done it? Yes, I have. In the cars that I have sold when I was financing, most of my customers was subprime. It means they didn't have the best credit. They might even have like a repossession and stuff like that. Chances are, again, broad strokes here, people. Chances are, if someone's got good credit, that means that they've consciously made a decision to pay their bills. They put their bills in front of everything else that may be happening in their life. Because you have a decision, you get your paycheck, you decide who's getting paid and in what order they're getting paid. They made a decision to pay their bills before they went to the club, before they went out to eat, before they bought new sneakers. Whatever their situation is, they made that decision. Perfect. I have good credit, okay? If I was going to go buy a car and I had to finance it, I, personally, being someone who's got good credit and takes care of their credit and pays their bills, I wouldn't go to a used car dealership. I have good credit. That means that I'm able to walk into any dealership I want and get any car I want within reason, right? Now, I'm not bragging nor boasting, but I'm giving you insight to someone with good credit. If I wanted to buy, it's 2021, if I wanted to buy a used vehicle and I want to buy a 2018 Nissan Maxima, why would I go to a used car dealer, Big Jimbo's Used Cars? Why would I go to Jimbo's Used Cars and buy a used car from them when I can go to Nissan, have the remaining warranty from when that car was new, plus get certified pre-owned, which adds, let's just say, 100,000-mile warranty on top of what you already have? Am I going to pay a premium for that? Absolutely. Absolutely I am. And that's going to come down to how well I can negotiate. But am I going to pay a premium for going to Jimbo's? I'm not going to pay a premium, no. But chances are I'm going to pay more in interest. They probably have just as much markup. Who knows what happens to that car? Because even if they bought it from Nissan, Nissan decided that they didn't want to put it on their lot. Again, guys, so when you're financing, chances are you're going to be dealing with people with not the best credit. So that brings in something called recourse. And we'll have a whole video on recourse and you know how to handle it. But recourse is basically how much time you're on the hook for said vehicle. Some have 0, which is the best. Always shoot for 0. Work with your lenders. The best thing I could tell you is when you have lenders, talk to them. Get a person that you can call. Build a relationship with one individual. Don't call the 1-800 number and talk to whoever answers the phone. Call the 1-800 number like, hey, what's up? Can I talk to Nancy? Yeah, hey, Nancy, what's up? This is Dave Mo, Dave Mo Flips. Check it out, man. I got this customer here. You know, what can we do? What can we do? Talk me through this. Boom, 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 boom. See what they can do for the customer. But mainly what you're doing is seeing what they're going to do for you because you want 0 recourse. By the time Nancy answers the phone, she already knows my deal. She already knows I want 0 recourse. When I call my representative at ACV, they already know what I'm going to say. They already know how I'm going to bid and what I'm going to say. There's nothing to think about. We've built a relationship, so they're going to try to do the best they can to get me the car. If I just talk to everyone, I'm just another person calling. If I'm a douchebag, I'm just a douchebag that no one wants to help. Like, how many times have you wanted to help someone that's just an asshole? 0. You're more likely to help someone that you have a relationship with. That's all I'm trying to say. So recourse is basically, like I said, how long you're on the hook. So if someone's got challenged credit, you might be on the hook for 2 months, sometimes even 3 months. That means they have to make their first 3 payments, 3 monthly payments, and make them on time. If by chance they're late or they just don't make the payment, you have to give the money back that the bank gave you for the vehicle, and you have to go get your car back. It's a headache. It's a headache. And that's why when I was given the 2 options, I preferred to do buy here, pay here, because the way I looked at it was, number one, I don't want to owe anyone money, period. And number two, if I got to be getting my car back anyway, God forbid, then I might as well get paid for the headache of doing it. The last thing I want to do is get my car back, not get a down payment, give money back, and this guy used my car for X amount of time doing whatever the hell they wanted to do. I mean, they couldn't make the first 3 payments. That probably weren't taking care of your car, let's be honest. So that's that. But again, as time progresses, we're going to move in and talk more about each and every one of these things. I'm just doing a brief introduction of who I am. And by brief, I mean however long this video is. So if you're thinking about becoming a car dealer, car flipper, should you pay? This is a new thing to me. People are charging money, and I might do it too. Fuck it. If people are willing to pay, why not, right? So people are charging money to teach you how to be a car dealer? I don't see what's hard about it. Buy low, sell high. I mean, if you can't figure that out, I mean, that's sales 101, right? I mean, buy for less than what you want to sell it for. Don't buy a car for $2,000 and sell it for $1,500. It doesn't make sense. Now, there are certain things that we can go over that maybe you're not used to. For instance, the auction. And I have a few auction videos out, and you can look at them, and it's free, okay? If I had to put it together in class format, yeah, I'm probably going to charge. Should you pay? No. Take your time and look at all these videos that myself and a ton of other YouTubers have put out there, and then call the auction. I used CarMax 2 or 3 years ago. I just got back into using CarMax. You want to know the first thing I did? I bought a car. The second thing I did, which should have been the first, I called CarMax. They had an auction number. I called them up. I had a list of questions. I asked them a bunch of questions. I wrote down the answers. For instance, CarMax wants their money by the close of business the next day. All right? Most auctions will give you 2 or 3 days to pay. They want it by the close of business the next day, which means if you buy a car Monday night, you only have until Tuesday night to pay for it. More importantly, they want the car out of there within 48 hours of the auction being ended. Every auction I've ever dealt with has given you at least a week, or in Copart will give you to the day before their next auction. So if they're running auctions on Tuesdays, and you buy on Tuesday, or you buy on Thursday because you're negotiating, they want you to pick the car up by the Monday. The Monday is the day before Tuesday. I've never been somewhere or dealt with a company that says you got 2 days to pick up your car. That was new for me. But again, I called CarMax and I got the information. The same way I think you should not only watch videos and get an understanding, but also call the auction house. Call the auction and learn the auctions. Learn that Manheim Greenlight doesn't mean that it's included. It means you got to pay for it. Learn that if you're like in ADESA and it says Greenlight, I believe it's included. Now, I don't use ADESA. I use Your Auction. Your Auction is part of the same kind of group, if you will. So at Your Auction, and I think I have a video out when I was there. I don't know. If not, I'll do it next Wednesday. It's included. It says Greenlight. It's Greenlight. At Your Auction, you got to understand it's Greenlight for 24 hours. It's Greenlight for ride and drive, or it's Greenlight for 7 days. You have to figure out the difference. Ride and drive means that you can take it out of the gate, drive it around real quick, and bring it back. 7 days means just that. You have 7 days. And I think 250 miles. And green light is usually just 24 hours. But again, you'll want to call that auction and understand what it is. Manheim has Deal Shield. I don't know if everyone has Deal Shield. Deal Shield is another thing that you can buy, which I believe gives you either 7 days or 30 days of green light on your vehicle. So you can bring it back for whatever reason, okay? And it costs different amounts of money per car. Because, if you're driving around in a Chevy Malibu, a 2010 Chevy Malibu, and you buy a 2010 CLS 65 Benz, they're going to charge you quite a bit more for the Benz than they are the Malibu because they have to buy it back and repair it. Now they have to sell it. So, and then, if you get a Volkswagen 2.0 turbo motor, it's probably more because it's more likely that there's something wrong with it. Anyway, call Deal Shield, find out what's going on, and figure out how it works. My honest opinion with Deal Shield and any warranties is if you're going to pay for it, I wouldn't pay necessarily for the most amount of time. Like, I don't need 30 days. And this is me. I don't need 30 days to figure out if a car is bad or not. I would like a week. I'd like a week, but I don't even need a week. I can usually drive a car around the block, come back. Well, let me say this. I want to drive it around the block and I want to get it up to 70, 80 miles per hour because I want to see how it handles on the interstate, but I also want to see stop and go traffic, okay? Give me those two things, I can tell you what's wrong with the car. Also, give me 15 minutes of idle time. I want to let a car idle for 15 minutes. The longer, the better. I'm testing out the head gasket. I want to see if the cooling system's working properly. A lot of things go into it. But if you're comfortable with a 30-day warranty, then buy the one that has 30 days. Again, that's totally up to you as a car flipper, as a car dealer. So again, on this channel, we'll be getting into that as well. Would I pay someone? No. Why pay for what's free? Knowledge is free. You just got to pay attention. Pay attention. And don't take my word for it. Don't take this guy's word for it. Take everyone's word for it and do what works best for you and find out what it is you can do. I'm part of some of these dealer forums or groups, if you will. And, a lot of times I see people, hey, I just bought this car. Do you think it was a good deal? Well, motherfucker, you're in Tennessee. I'm in Tampa. How the hell do I know if it's a good deal? In order to know if it's a good deal, I need to know what it's going to sell for. Here in Tampa, Florida, yeah, that was a good deal. Here in Tampa, Florida, hell no, that's not a good deal. I could pick up 3 of them right now for $1,000 less. Maybe our next conversation should be, yo, what's up? Get on the phone with me. Let's talk about it because I could pick them up. I save you $1,000 a pop. Maybe you throw me $100 or $200 for picking them up and shipping them to you, and we'll make money like that. You know what I mean? So that it's good for networking, but never ask someone if you think you got a good deal because in order to do that, well, you can ask people in your area. So I'll ask my homeboys, like, yo, you guys think that was a good deal? I don't care. I'm just starting a conversation because I already know what's good deals and what's not. That's why I buy and sell cars. Let's get into that a little bit. So asking people from other states and stuff like that, you either think you got a good deal and you want to brag about it, or I don't know why you would ask someone in a different state if you got a good deal. I don't know. I don't. So don't do that. Stay where you are. Ask the people around you. And more importantly, learn what cars are selling for. Guys, listen. Oh, the school thing. Let's stay with that. We'll double school. There's really no knowledge that I could probably give you or anyone could give you that you should pay for because most of it is free on the internet. Now, if you're paying for it neatly packaged with a nice little bow, then yeah, pay for that because you don't have to do all the searching. You can find what you want and it's a one nice little neat package. So if you don't want to put the time in to search and find out for yourself and you want someone to hand it to you, take it. But understand the person that's giving it to you, unless they're making it state specific, they're just broad stroking it. So you're still going to have to call your lenders, your buyers, your auctions. You're still going to have to do all that. But maybe now you have a little more knowledge of the questions to ask. If that's the case, I don't know that I would start a dealership and go straight into buy here, pay here, and financing. I think I would start a dealership, and if it was me and I was going to start a dealership, I would probably get into selling cash cars. I want to have the most amount of cars as I can on the lot because it's like fishing. The more lines you have in the water, the better it is. The more likely you are to catch a fish. The more likely you are to sell a car. So the more lines in the water, the better it is. The more cars on your dealership, the better it is. You get someone come in there looking for a Nissan Altima, you might be able to swing them into that Honda Accord. But if you don't have the Honda Accord and you only have that Nissan Altima, if they don't like it, they're walking. See what I'm saying? So for me, starting out, if I was you, I would just focus on cars I could sell for cash. And as I'm growing my business, I might start going into the buy here, pay here thing, getting a lot of knowledge with it, and maybe saying to myself, hey, you know what? I'm going to try to do, for the first year of buy here, pay here, I'm going to try to do 3 cars a month. I'm going to try not to exceed it. I'm going to try not to fall below it. What I'm doing is I'm not necessarily doing it for the money, but I'm doing it for the experience. So I'm going to put 3 cars out a month. Boom, 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 boom. By the end of the month, I have 36 cars. For easy math, let's just say 30 of them pay you. You're bringing in $9,000 a month already. Your rent's covered. You're able to buy more cars with that money. Everything's going well. Now I kind of have the buy here, pay here. I'm down. I know how to do it. Let me start. Now I could ramp that up because I'm good with that. So maybe I could do 5 to 10 a month now, putting them on the books. And I'm also replacing the ones that come out of contract or the repos. So I always take that as like, hey, 2 cars got paid off. So now this month, instead of putting 3, I got to put back 5 because I want to add 3 to what I already have, right? And while I'm building that book, because I feel good and I'm confident with it, I can now start fucking with the banks. When the banks come out, they're going to look at your lot and go, oh, damn, this guy's got a lot. They're going to look at your sales sheets from the state and they're going to say, damn, this guy sold, 200 cars this year. Holy shit. I want to do business with this guy or this female, whatever. I say guy, I don't mean, guy. But anyway, I want to do business with you. So now you say the lender, Lobel Financial, right? Westlake, Nielsen, whatever. You call them, hey, listen, I want to get signed up with you guys. They come out to your lot and you ask them, hey, can you guys walk me through a deal? Can you walk me through 7 deals? Do as many as you can to get it down. Take the notes the way you want to take notes and then try to record it so you could always use it as a reference point. I've seen more dealers get jammed up trying to fuck over the finance companies than I can count, okay? Here's what I used to tell my potential customers when it came to financing. Very plain, very simple. Don't tell me anything that you cannot prove. If I put it on the application, the bank is going to want proof. If you tell me you make $2,000 a month, you need to have paycheck stubs that show you make $2,000 a month. Not $1,800, not $1,500, $2,000. Yes, you could be under what you make, fine, but do it. If you say you have an apartment, you better have a lease in your name. If you say you don't have a repo, you better not have a repo. It's that simple. Just don't lie to the banks. And don't let your customers lie to you, because what happens is you put in a package. And when you put that package into your finance company, they're going to call them. I had someone tell me they worked at Burger King. They called and they had the paycheck stubs. They called Burger King a week later, and from the time they got the car to the time they made the phone call, they were fired. I had to get the car back. Like, this shit happens. You can't make it up. So don't add more of a headache for you, because the last thing because they're driving off your lot that night. You do that deal, they get approved, you are okay with it, you're handing them the keys, they're getting out of there. You don't get your money till 3 days after you produce the paperwork. Typically 3 days. You produce the paperwork, they're going to cut you a check, and then they're going to call the customer. If what you put in the paper is not provable by paycheck stubs, or the customer lies or whatever, you're on the hook for that money. Plain and simple. So, again, would I pay for that? No. Finding out what you need to be a dealer in your state, that's a simple Google search, man. Google it. How to become a used car dealer in Alabama. How to become a used car dealer in Tampa, Florida. You're going to get sent right to the state website, and it's going to have a list of things you need. Here in Florida, you right off the, you're going to need garage liability insurance. You need a $25,000 bond, surety bond. You need a location that can house at least 2 cars, I believe. An office. You're going to need all these things, and that is simply Google search. Now, can I Google search every single state and put it in a nice little package with a link for you and then put it in layman's terms? Absolutely. Should I get paid for taking that and putting it together? I suppose so. Should you pay for it? No. You should not be lazy and just Google it. You're going to be a car dealer. This is going to be your business. If you don't want to put the time in your business, then why are you going to start a business? But guys, that's pretty much all I have for you with this video. I just want to give you, I'm not going to say brief because I feel like I've been talking for 10 hours. But that's who I am. That's what I'm about. If you like what you've seen, if you like the other videos, hit the subscribe button, ring that bell. This way you know when other videos come out. And if not, just come back, man. I still invite you, even if you're not going to subscribe, I still invite you to come back and just, learn what you can learn. Because I'm really seriously, I'm doing this for you guys. I want to see you succeed. I want to see you make money. And I don't even know you. I don't want you to be a scumbag car dealer. So, anyways, I'm out of here, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Later. What's up, Nani?
Hi.
How was school?
Good. It was so hot today.
That's my best friend.